Yeah.
Wait, so can we start? Or
Yeah.
okay. Um, okay, so hi. Our project is called GreenQuest, and essentially GreenQuest is a platform that provides an engaging and interactive way of solving conservation and deforestation challenges. Before we get started, we're all going to start off by introducing ourselves.
So hi, my name is Arav. I'm a computer science and math major here at UF, and I have a minor in engineering innovation and digital arts and sciences. I'm currently a sophomore, and some skills that I use during this project are my skills in Python, C++, MATLAB, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and R. And I also have some experience in cloud development, machine learning, and AI. And I was the backend developer and also secondary role Scrum Master on the project.
Okay, so hi, I'm Rashik Sakamori. I'm a junior majoring in computer science and economics, and I've worked with languages like C, C++, TypeScript, JavaScript, and Python. And I have experience in full stack development and machine learning. I'm also familiar with databases like MongoDB and Postgres. And in this project, my primary role was as a database engineer.
My name is Isaac. I'm a computer science and math major. My skills are in Python, C++ mostly, and also in algorithms and mathematics. My primary role was the front end lead, and I also helped with the database.
Okay, so environmental education often comes across as like either overwhelming or unengaging. A lot of the time, it feels disconnected from our everyday lives, which makes it hard to care about or take action. And most people don't have like a clear sense of how their daily choices, like what they eat, how they commute, or how much they waste, actually affect the environment. And it's not because they don't care, but it's because like the tools and resources just aren't that engaging or accessible. So even when someone wants to be more sustainable, it can be difficult to stay motivated. And there's often no clear way to track progress or see the impact of those actions. And without that feedback or sense of reward, it's easy to like fall back into old habits. So overall, the problem is that we're lacking tools that make environmental awareness just feel relevant, easy to understand, and motivating. And that's a challenge we're aiming to solve. Our solution for this problem is GreenQuest, a platform designed to make environmental awareness and action more engaging. So users can complete eco quizzes and real world challenges to earn points, which can go towards planting actual trees. And there's also a conservation themed mini game and a virtual ecosystem that you can build and grow over time based on your progress. You can take on group quizzes, compare stats with friends, and see if your choices are adding up. So it's all about making sustainability feel like something you want to participate in and not something that you're forced to do. And GreenQuest turns like sustainable living into something fun and interactive. It gives users real-time feedback on their environmental impact, which basically makes the experience more meaningful. And most importantly, it connects individual actions to a larger goal, which is helping fight climate change in a way that feels both personal and collective.
Right. So now I'm going to talk about the technical debt and first the product backlog items that were included. So I'm just going to list them off here. There were multiplayer eco challenges with live timers. We had customization of virtual ecosystems, and that was including adding specific species or terrains into our games. We had AI generated sustainability tips based on user habits so that these users can know what to help in the environment. We had integration with real world fitness or eco apps, including Earth Hero, Apple Health, and Strava, and we had in-game store or reward redemption system and geographic environmental data overlays, which is like local air quality and tree coverage so that this can have an effect in the real world. We excluded these backlog items because they were both not essential for our MVP because right now we're just trying to get what's essential so we can get traction and data onto our platform and then later on incorporate these so that we can push it into the real world. And because they were more complex or data intensive than originally anticipated, and they kind of didn't meet our time frame. In terms of design planning, we made some trade-offs in feature depth and personalization. Some ideas were postponed to keep scope manageable and avoid overcomplicating early prototypes. So that kind of goes in what I was saying about staying on our timeline. Now for our stretch goals. We want to add community-based eco challenges that require teamwork to complete. We want to create seasonal or event-based quests tied to real-world environmental campaigns like Earth Day, Clean Air Month, because this will help us keep engagement year-round instead of particular times of the year. We also want to allow full customization of the virtual ecosystem, including climate zones, animals, and terrain. We want to develop a marketplace or reward system where users can redeem points for digital items or even real-world donations so that we can also give back in some type of way. We want to integrate environmental data from APIs. For example, we were thinking of local pollution levels or the tree coverage that I already mentioned so that we can influence in-game conditions to kind of stimulate how they are in the real world. And lastly, enable augmented reality features to visualize virtual trees or animals in the user's environment so that they can kind of, have more of a sense of what's happening.
All right, so now I'll be showing a live demo of the main features of our project. So if we move over here, so the landing page for the website is the login page. So I've already made a bunch of accounts that are saved um, in the database. So I'll start with going to my account. So you have to have the right username and password. Then clicking login will bring you straight to your dashboard page. So this is your dashboard page. You can either, of course, choose to log out, or you have the three main pages for your website: quizzes page, make your own quiz page, and the conservation game page. There's also some just data here. We chose to include the game score just because we thought that was it would show the best like front and back end connection in our connection to our database. So this is just showing the highest score that I have on the game right now and also my average score. So I guess the first thing I'll show is the conservation game. So this is just a little mini game that you could play in the browser where you need to, dodge these trees. And I'm just going to get up to 14 just to show that the new high score will be saved in the database and updated on the dashboard. So,
Wait, why are you dodging trees? Shouldn't you want to collect them?
um, I don't know, it's more of an aesthetic choice than a logical choice. But once you die, um, you can have the option to restart the game. But if we go back to the dashboard, you can see that game data was saved into our database, and the new high score is saved and updated, and also the game average is saved and updated. So that is the game. And then moving on to quizzes, we have this quizzes page where you can take any available quizzes. So right now we only have 3 stored, but we'll show how we can make more through this interface. We don't have to go directly through the database. So if I just clicked on this, I have um, so it pulls from the dashboard, or pulls from the database, which is storing these quizzes in a pretty clever way. And so if we just take the quiz, let's say we got one wrong, we hit submit, then it would show the correct grade. But once you get them right, um, and click submit, you get grade 3 out of 3, and it's green now. So you can go and take any quiz here, of course. Yeah, I don't know the right answers, but you can take any quiz there. And so you could add a new quiz to the database of quizzes either by doing commands in Postgres directly, or you can go to this make a quiz page, and I'll just fill out some random stuff here just to make it quick. A, B, C, D, and you could specify the correct answers. So I'm going to choose B, D, and the last correct answer will be A. And then once I click create quiz, that quiz is entered into our database, and now it's available for you to play. And the way the quizzes are stored is that you can see as soon as it's in the database, you can just take it. So I already forgot what I put.
BDA.
BDA. So BDA, if you select those, you'll get 3 out of 3, and anything else, you would not get the full score. So you can see that these quizzes are actually being graded dynamically based on how the answers are stored in the database. So that's pretty much all the features we have. But just to show that your session is unique for the current user, I'll show what happens if you made a totally new account. So I'll make one for Rashik. So my credentials are Rashik is the username, password is password. Hit sign up, and then I'll log in as him. And so when you log in, you're basically a clean slate. It's a new user, so there's no high score, there's no average score. So you can see we're not just taking all scores, it's unique to yourself. And then if I were to just play the conservation game for a little bit, and I die here, that's 4, and then maybe next time I'll get like 3, so the average should be 3.5. So 4 and 3. You can see that the high score is correct and it's 4, and then the average score is correct. The average of just 4 and 3, which are our scores. And then of course since I made a quiz that was available on my account, now it is also available for Rashik to play. So any quizzes that are created are available for all users to play. And we have the same thing there. And when you're done with your session, you can log out. And yeah, that's pretty much all the features we have for our project. So we'll move on to the last part of our presentation.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna just go over some issues we ran into while trying to develop, but also the next steps that are coming with this. So now we kind of want to finalize how the eco quizzes will scale in difficulty and track user progress over time. So that kind of means we want to see like what impact we can actually make in, giving these quizzes and changing them up so that like we can track how it's environmentally helping. Next, we want to define the reward system. How many points equate to one tree planted and what partners will fulfill real world planting? How can we actually implement a system for these users to continue playing our games, getting rewards, and then, being able to donate on our end, working with partners so that we can make a real world impact. Next, we want to refine impact tracking features to show meaningful environmental data without overwhelming the user, kind of making it more UI friendly. And next, we want to begin creating mockups of the virtual ecosystem interface and user dashboard so that we can have that, virtual ecosystem that's stimulating the real world. And lastly, we want to plan the next round of user research or feedback surveys to validate our early features and adjust priorities accordingly. Because what else than getting our consumer feedback to know what to fix, what to change, what's going right, what's going wrong. And that's our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, I thought it was a good presentation. I thought you guys got a lot of the core functionality. You guys obviously said a lot in the beginning, but you guys definitely chose what is doable and what you guys can accomplish. That's nice. Some improvements are definitely, you guys probably know like the CSS, the design. Like it was kind of
Yeah.
really bare.
Yeah.
Also, the green, I don't know why you chose that neon green. It was kind of like not obnoxious, but anyways,
But that's in our next steps, fixing the UI.
yeah, that's definitely got fixed. I like the how you can add quizzes. That's a really unique thing. The conservation game was pretty fun. It was just maybe it could be a little. It was pretty jank, but it was pretty nice overall. It was a good concept. Also, I thought your presentation slides could be a little nicer too. Like, you guys should download the slides template. I don't know if you know like Slides to Go. It's basically like a template for slides. You can Google whatever theme you want. It just automatically makes it look nice.
Okay.
But other than that, you guys did a good job. Hopefully, you guys can like talk about it in the resume or like just improve your coding skills, But
Right.
it's good having you guys this semester. So,
All right. Thank you, Alan. We'll
Thank you
stay
so
in
much.
yep.
touch. Thank you.
See ya.
Yep. See ya.
I'll let the new staff in, the new gang.
Yeah. All right. Bye.